Hello, everybody. Good morning. Welcome in. Happy Labor Day to those of you where it is Labor Day. I'm here to do a general reading. Right now, we have some pretty interesting astrology in operation. I'm going to go a little bit into that, and then I'll jump ahead to the collective reading. I'll put a timestamp in the description box below. For those of you who want to jump over this part, go ahead. It is super early, but I felt very guided to the table. It was like, hurry, hurry, get there. So here I am. Anyway, right now we have Saturn and Neptune, both retrograde in Aries. I've talked about that in other videos. Right now it's sitting at the 0 degree, both of them at the 0 degree of Aries. Now Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. At the 0 degree, it's the first degree. It's the beginning of the brand new. But because it's retrograding, it's going to touch back into Pisces. Now, of course, Pisces then is the opposite. It's the last sign of the zodiac. And when Neptune and Saturn hit it, it's going to be in the final degree, the 29th degree. That is the degree of dissolution. Pisces is ruled by Neptune, and Neptune is a very dreamy, watery, kind of confusing energy. It's very much one of what you sense and feel, but you can't think it. And of course, that sense of ambiguity can lead to a little bit of a nightmarish or fear type quality. Naturally, we as humans are uncomfortable with ambiguity. So what we sense and feel, we try to put a structure or a meaning around it. And usually that we're not going to be correct about that because the mind can't really discern the full picture of what the heart senses when you're dealing with this kind of Neptunian energy. Now, since those planets are retrograde, because of that feeling of uncertainty, of fear, of beginning the new, there can be this feeling of wanting to run back to the familiar. We have Saturn retrograde. Saturn is all about the past. It's all about the lessons that we've learned. So for many of us, and remember what I said about the ambiguity. So for many of us, old lessons from the past or old pains or old things like that could be coming to the surface right now because we're about to step into the new beginning, right? So a lot of questions are going to come up. A lot of things from the past and fears. There's that nightmarish quality again. Again, it has the feeling of things you can sense below the surface, but you can't fully see. That can be disconcerting to say the least. It definitely does require the ability to surrender. And of course, that's not something that comes naturally to us as people because we want to understand naturally so. We want to make plans naturally so. But in this energy, while the retrogrades are happening, it isn't time for that. It is, however, very much about revisiting a dream, Neptune retrograde, so that we can put practical pieces into place to then develop that dream into a reality when everything turns direct next year. I could go way further into the astrology, but I wanted to bring that up because I'm seeing that energy of the Seven of Swords, which I call it the Seven of Swords in tarot. That can be hidden strategies. It can be necessary hidden strategies, but it can also be the mental strategies that we play on ourselves, especially in times of ambiguity. So be very, very careful with that. Anyway, my friends, let's get into the reading because I felt rushed to the table to do it. So I'm interested to see where this goes. It's still a general reading, so it's for anybody, any sign. You'll know if you resonate with it. You won't resonate with everything that I say because it is a general reading, so keep that in mind. All right, let's get into it. I actually want to start with the Sacred Rebels. What do we have, please, for whoever needs this message? In the overall energy, Neptune and Saturn retrograde Pisces. Oof. Like I said, it's that murky uncertainty, that feeling of like being afloat in the unknown, right? What do we have? Yeah, yes. In the world, not of the world. Well, first of all, one of my favorite cards in this deck. You can see how she's emerging from the depths of Neptune there. Things you can sense, things that are on the 5D. They're in the world, but they're not made of it. Same with us. Okay, interesting. Very spiritual card. But I like how she's coming out of the water, emerging from the dream. Okay. Let's get another one. The perfection of your life. See, revisiting the dream, putting the details into place. I mean, we're in Virgo season. We had a new moon in Virgo. And at the end of the month, we have another new moon in Virgo. And Virgo is very much about perfectionistic action, right? I always say Virgo is the architect responsible for putting the opposite sign of Pisces, dreams, into reality, into structures. This is making sure you put it all into place. Very beautiful. Okay, let's go to the wisdom. Sorry, you guys, I'm trying to take in as much coffee as I can. Early morning here. What do we have from the wisdom? I like that the perfection of your life in this deck is number 30. That reduces to number 3, which is the Empress card. The Empress is the divine creator, whatever you want it to be. Beautiful, poised. Look how she's perched on the edge of that pillar there, that fairy ready to leap into the unknown. Poised, while Neptune and Saturn at the very last degree of the zodiac. What do you want to create for your new world? And that can apply to the collective as well. On the bottom, we have regeneration. In the world, not of the world. It's like a spiritual awakening happening here, or an emerging. Okay. Let's go to the blue deck. On the bottom, there happens to be the card of taking action. That's Aries energy, it's Yang energy. Look at these wild horses on the run. And I felt that need. I felt that need to hurry. From the blue deck, what do we have? This is interesting because poised in this wisdom deck is number 48. If I add that together, I get the number 12, which is the hangman in tarot. And the hangman is Pisces energy. It's Neptune energy. It's being able to see in the upside down world. I see strategy on the bottom of the deck, right? Necessary strategy. The 7 of Swords. We have the 5th chakra. Okay, so this can be about communication and speaking your truth. All right. Could be communication about to come in. This is number 93, which is number 12. Interesting. And then we have storm warning. Storm warning reminds me of that last degree. But also there could be a flurry of communication about to come in. Okay. What do we have? We have all tied up energy. Now, all tied up is what I'm talking about with Saturn, Neptune retrograde, particularly Saturn. But it can feel like your dreams are on hold. It can feel like your plans can't move because they're buried in the details of things. During retrogrades, that can particularly be the case. Saturn retrograde, Saturn is a very, very constricting planet, necessarily so. I call it Daddy Saturn because it's about the hard lessons that we learn. And it rules the 10th house of the zodiac, which is all about our legacy. But we do have this all tied up energy right now. So even though it's poised to happen, it hasn't yet. It's about to. And then I see the 3rd chakra, Archangel Chamuel. This is creativity, confidence, self-expression. We have the expressing yourself card here. But creativity, creating the world you want. Let's get one more. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, okay. I thought those two were the same number. Let's get one more. Oh, that fell out awkwardly, but look what it is. It's the 1st chakra, Archangel Chamuel. This is about is it Chamuel? No, Michael, I'm sorry. It's about taking action. It's passion. And we saw those wild stallions on the run. On the bottom, we have the sixth chakra, Archangel Metatron. And this is about intuition. This is psychic energy. And we have in the world, not of the world. All right. Where are we going to go with this? But there's something being sensed here for sure. Let's do the pulp. No? Okay. Right away. No. Let's go to what the lights here. Okay. Let me see you. What's on your mind in a fast hurry? Interesting. We have the devil, Capricorn's major arcana, Saturn coming through right away here. Now, the devil can bring about fear. In this deck, it's known as temptation, which I find interesting because this fairy has taken a bite out of this apple of love and is feeling kind of drugged by the whole thing. But she's also asleep, which I think is interesting too. But again, the devil can bring about fear, it can bring about doubt, it can bring about repeating cycles from the past. Okay. How do you feel? Let me see your heart. We have storm warning. It's like a storm in the heart. Oh, I do like this. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Fool. There's Aries coming through. There's the new beginning and the leap of faith. Now, in the heart, we have the Knight of Wands. Wow. The Knight of Wands is actually a very happy energy. It's very excited, very, very like good news. In the heart space, this can be a little bit fired up though. So it's very passionate, taking action on the heart. That's interesting. Okay. What action are you going to take here? There's something building. We have this storm warning. We have the Five of Fire and the Magician. Now, the Magician is who manifests this perfection of your life. Virgo, Gemini energy there with the Magician. But I don't know, the Five of Fire, a lot of passion. We'll see where that goes. We'll see where that goes. I can feel like the magic's all tied up, like something's getting in the way. The Five of Wands can be external or internal conflicts. Okay. Let's see the energy surrounding you. This could be another person. It could be a situation. It can be a furthering of this Magician. Well, we have the Chariot, Cancer's major arcana. Interesting. Right now we have Jupiter in Cancer. And Jupiter is all about expansion and broadening horizons. Now, this can be a card about travel for sure. But the perfection of your life is the Chariot. And you are the driver of it, the Emperor, who takes control of their life and goes in the direction they want it to go in. Okay. This is victory, it's success, it's movement forward. We'll see. What's the challenge? We have the Five of Wands over here with the Magician in the actions, and the challenge here is the Five of Swords. Now, the Five of Swords can be a little bit of a self-defeating type behavior. It can be a feeling of sabotage, that's for sure. The Five of Swords, though, is self-defensive. So this can be you doing whatever you need to do to get where you need to go. We have two fives here, which are turning points. The minor arcana goes to 10. When you're at the 5, it requires that you have a lot of belief in yourself to fight through whatever obstacles come. And we have a 5 of Swords here. Okay. Potential outcome. On the bottom, I see Justice, which is pretty nice to see because this is Libra energy. And right now, oh, beautiful. This is Libra energy. And right now we have Mars in Libra. And this is all about taking action, right? And then underneath of that is the Two of Cups, Venus in Cancer, soulmate energy. Nine of Fire. The Nine of Wands, I always like this Nine of Wands because look at her. She's standing in a cave and she's holding on to a lantern made of stars. There's that Aquarius energy coming through, but also it's like being guided on this path by the stars, by the wish. In the world, not of the world. We're reaching the completion of a path here. Okay. Two of Swords, interesting. Okay. The Two of Swords is also Libra energy. All right. Now this can be about manifesting the perfect partner with that Two of Cups as well, because we do have the Magician here. All right, let's look. Two of Cups on the bottom of the pulp. Let me see the Devil on your mind. Okay. We have the Page of Wands. All right. And then the King of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. We have Neptune energy right here. And the King of Cups is very mysterious emotionally, partly because the depths of his own heart are such that they can't really be understood, only explored. Now we have the Page of Wands. Now this can be communication coming in. I want to find out about this Devil, though. Let me see the Devil. This can be about speaking about how you feel. Interesting. We have the Empress energy here. I mean, the Page of Wands can be good news as well, right? The Empress is divine feminine. She appeared energetically in the perfection of your life. Now, this could be somebody who you see as your perfect partner, which is what the Empress is, the combination of all four queens. Okay. And then I see the Four of Wands hovering on the bottom of the deck. Four of Wands is about celebration, but I get a card about travel here as well. So we'll see what that's about. Let's see the Knight of Fire in your heart. This looks like you're pretty excited about something. We have the Five of Wands, and we have the Five of Wands and the steps you plan to take. Five of Wands can be that storm warning, though, right? Like this is passionate engagement. This could be a communication. Let me see the Five of Wands. The Four of Swords, okay. Look at this. Remember what I said about the heartbreak from the past? Well, of course, the Four of Swords comes after the Three. It is a time of rest and integration and transmutation of energy. That's what the Empress does, taking heartbreaking lessons from the past and using them to create something new. I do see a heart being reborn here, but also something very creative. The Four of Swords and the Five of Wands can be a nightmare as well. Aquarius energy with the King of Swords. Interesting. This is the king of the mind. This is certainly somebody that does try to find logic in situations. Okay. I see the Ace of Wands hiding on the bottom of the deck. All right. The Ace of Wands is the fuel required for that fool to take a leap of faith. Now, the King of Swords is also the truth teller. But see, it's like there's some kind of truth coming through here in dreams. There could be somebody that you needed to confront, to clear something up with. Okay. Let me see the Five of Fire with the Magician. This is the all tied up energy. The Chariot. Now, the Chariot is in the actions over here. Okay, the perfection of your life, getting everything into alignment here. And then we have the Star. Look at that. Aquarius energy. And what I find interesting We had a full moon in Aquarius that was very powerful a few weeks ago. So that could be part of it. But anyways, the star and the chair. What I find interesting is that storm warning reminds me of the tower. And I said September the 7th, the 9th month, the 7th day. You add those together, you get number 16. That's the tower. And then after the tower comes the star. There's a reveal. Interesting. Okay. Let me see the star. The Four of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. Now, the Four of Wands is what I talked about, the achievement of some kind of dream, but there could be travel. There absolutely could be travel here. And with the Three of Pentacles, that's collaboration. That's working together and getting on the same page, making plans. And we do have that with the Five of Wands as well. So this is plans being tied up. Movement forward can't happen right now, not yet. Does this have something to do with a home? Let's see the Chariot. In the surrounding energy. We have the Hanged Man, Pisces Major Arcana. And again, the Hanged Man is about, it can be about feeling like you're actually being held back. Okay? And then we have the Nine of Pentacles, the perfection of your life. The Nine of Pentacles is about having all the resources. Like I don't know if this has something to do with a home or the sale of a home, money, some kind of independence. Let me see the Five of Swords in the challenge. Queen of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Okay. One more with that Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Very passionate, very creative. And then we have the High Priestess here. Okay. The High Priestess is more Pisces energy. Very intuitive. And then we have this Queen of Wands that's very creative as well. Let me see the Nine of Fire. Let me see the Nine of Fire. We have the Nine of Cups. All right. Nine of Cups, Nine of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, reaching the end of some kind of path. And then we have the Two of Cups here. Perfection of your life. It can be about finding the perfect partner. Let's have another one with the Nine of Cups. Strength. There's Leo energy. I find this interesting because the Empress is the one who's in the Strength card. And this can be about, we open with the Devil. The Strength is the only card that beats the Devil. The Devil can be fear. Remember what I said. It can be all of those cycles repeating inside of you. One more. The Strength. What? All right, check it out. We have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is my emotional pilgrimage card. It wants to become the Ten of Cups. In order to go on a voyage like the Eight of Cups, you have to be willing to leave behind things that aren't the 10, that aren't the perfection of your life. What is missing is the Two of Cups, and that is what you're going after. And that requires strength for sure, but look at this. We have the Seven of Swords. There's the plan. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is your legacy. It's the whole picture. It's what's going to last forever. And it looks like you have a plan here to build something like that. On the bottom, we have the Eight of Wands, fire energy. The Eight of Wands is passion, movement, communication. Okay. I see the Six of Pentacles too, so this can be about some kind of travel. Or a deal that was being held up, no longer being held up. Let me get a sip. Okay. Let's go. Actually, let me get one more on that Ten of Pentacles. But there certainly is a strategy here. Ten of Pentacles. It's the King of Cups. Interesting. Yes, that's what's on the mind here. One more. That's Neptune himself. Look at this. Seven of Swords again. And there's the full moon. Full moon eclipse in Pisces on the 7th. Okay. And then I see the world. Well, I do love that. The world is the completion of a cycle. We have all of these nines leading towards the 10. With this Neptunian energy, I definitely feel like you're being guided. One more with the world. The Ace of Wands, that's what I said. There's the passion and the inspiration and the new beginning. And again, the fool that fuels, or the fuel that fools that you know what I'm saying? All right, let's get into the reading. There's your passionate new beginning. Okay. Let's do a little bit of astrology, actually. This could be astrological energy in your chart and somebody around you, or just overall influencing the situation. What do we have? Communication. And then we have the journey or the progression, what you've been building towards your dream. This is incredible. The Imam Coli, laying down roots. We have the 7th house of relationships. And then we have the 4th house. Well, this is the house of Cancer. This is the house of home. And on the bottom is Juno. We have a perfect partnership here. Pretty amazing. Pluto, rebirth, in the world, not of the world. And then we saw regeneration too. That's really interesting. There could be a past life energy here. You may see this person as your past life. Okay, let's get you some talisman. Consider these to be like power words that you can take away from the reading with you if they resonate. What do we have? Concealment. And then union. What? Ooh. Let's have one more. And then protection. Interesting. Spiritual protection. But the 4th house is also that financial security and courage. This is incredible. Okay. Let's do a romance angel. Why not? Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. And then make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. King of Cups. That's what I was saying. Being guided through this. Yeah, I thought so. Past life relationship. In the world, not of the world. Ooh, okay. Wow. Let's do a couple of moon cards. We're dealing with that moon in Pisces. What do we have? Reveal what needs to be seen. What? Believe in your good luck. First quarter moon in Sag. And then last quarter moon in Leo. Lighten up. Like I said, that heavy Neptunian energy. I love this. The new moon in Aries. Go for it. New moon in Aries is in April of next year. And then be humble. First quarter moon in Leo. All right. Let's close this reading off with a couple of cards from the Lover's Oracle. Should we look at some of the physical components? Let's. Because we have in this world, not of this world. Let's see some of the physical or sexual energy. Love's embrace. Physical attraction. Number 16. Power. Okay. Let's close this off with a couple of cards from the Lover's Oracle. These can come out as advice, so certainly take it only as it resonates. Transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you've shared with those that you love, the perfection of your life. Twin flames, your passion ignites. Now, I'm not a twin flame reader, you guys, but this is a very, very deep reading. And then Ace of Wands, the World, and the King of Cups. Last one. Look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. The devil. Fear. All right, you guys. I love you very much. I will see you very soon. Good luck with this. Remember what I said about the Seven of Swords. More than anything right now, we just need to float. I'll see you soon, my friends. Namaste.